Court does call the case. The people of the state of Michigan versus Sonny M. McLean. Cross-examination.
It's which far along, but it's not that far away from maybe past the doors a little bit where you come in, past the doors a little bit. You know, but I said earlier about 50 feet from where I was sitting at.
Okay, for where you're sitting.
And it's a big like field right here, so you gotta go through the field and then it's the quarter.
So, but you said you got halfway to the quarter.
Midway, she saw me. I mean, I can't say exactly halfway or midway, but she saw me and came up from her pavilion. Everybody's a witness. I had witnesses that saw her.
So you're about 25 feet away from the.
I don't know how many feet I was, sir.
All right.
You don't. Never mind. Never mind.
So you said that she followed you back. Got midway to the porta potty.
She followed me all the way to the porta potty and back.
All right. So did you actually go into the porta potty?
Oh, yeah, she went in the other one.
Did you see her going to the?
Yeah.
Okay, but you went into the porta potty first.
I went to the porta potty first. The reason I knew she was in the porta potty because we came out about the same time out of the porta potty, and that's when she followed me back over there by the tree.
Oh, all right. So she followed you, and this is where she told you that she had guns.
Everybody heard her say that, the witnesses and everybody.
But this is where she said.
She kept
she
saying,
had guns.
she kept saying, we got guns the whole time, but then when we got back by the tree, she said it about 3 or 4 more times.
Okay, so I need you to understand the question I'm asking. I'm not asking you whether or not everybody heard it. I'm asking you is when she said, when you left the court, she followed you. She approached you and said she had guns.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. At this point, you asked her if she wanted to fight, right?
Yes, I did.
All right. Now, all the way up to this point, she's not complaining about you being under the pavilion.
Yes.
She is.
Yes.
But you hadn't been under the pavilion, had you?
She came over there and said she don't care who at the park, ain't nobody coming under that pavilion with her grandkids, me or nobody else.
But you hadn't been under.
Because I don't go under there. I don't like sitting over there. But if I wanted to go over there, it would have been a problem because it was a problem in the past with people sitting under there with Mrs. Simon.
So I want you to understand the question I asked. Okay. You hadn't been under the pavilion at this point.
Not at that time, no.
And tried to go under.
Not at that
I
time,
hadn't
no.
told you you were.
No.
All right. So she said that she had guns. This wasn't about you being under the pavilion, was it?
She said she had guns a threat towards me. Because she didn't say it to the lady that she didn't want under the pavilion. She told me she had a gun. And the way she said it.
And this is all about keeping people out.
When her grandkids is at the park.
This whole conversation was about keeping people out of the pavilion. Yes.
Yes, while her grandkids is at the park.
And you hadn't gone under the pavilion.
No, I didn't,
You
sir.
hadn't tried to go under the pavilion.
I already told you no, sir.
You went, I don't care what you already told. I asked you a question, you answered that question. You hadn't told her that you were going.
No, sir.
You hadn't tried it.
No, sir.
Okay. So when she came out and said she had guns, your response was to ask her if she wanted to fight.
Yeah, I sure did. Because she shouldn't have followed me, put her name off. She was a threat. That's why I asked her if she wanted to follow.
But at this point, she had just approached you and told you she had guns. She had put out anything, had she?
She was just on the gun at first, and then she hollered again when she pulled the knife out.
But you had already asked her before she pulled the knife out if she wanted to fight. Is
When
that
she
right?
followed me to the porta potty.
Right, but she didn't pull out any knife.
Not the first time, not the way to the porta potty. She pulled the knife out on the way back to from the porta potty.
So I'm asking you at what point you told her, asked her if she wanted to fight.
When the first time that she
Hold on,
followed me.
listen to the question. Was this before or after she pulled the knife out?
I asked her, did she want to fight before she pulled the knife out? So she came over there and threatened me.
All right, all right, all right.
What was her threat to you?
Her threat was, the threat, Judge Simpson, is that She's talking about the white lady can get her ass kicked while she's following me to the porta potty, and I could get my butt kicked too. So that's what.
Well,
I
when
asked her,
did
did
that
she wanna
happen?
fight?
Because you didn't say that before.
That's why I asked her, did she want to fight? I wasn't trying to go into that. I was just trying to answer the basic questions, Your Honor. But she
Well,
wasn't
but you're
correct.
adding stuff.
No, I'm not, Your Honor.
Yes,
No,
you
I'm
are.
not. No, I'm not.
Because that's not what you told me. Go ahead, Mr. Brown.
So. You asked her if she wanted to fight. Her response was, "Me and my daughter want to beat your ass."
Yes, sir.
All right. And then what did she do after that?
Walked back over there and gave the daughter, while we was coming back, her and her daughter met up and tried to jump me. We told the police that.
Didn't you tell her that? Didn't you tell us just now that after she said, "Me and my daughter want to beat your ass," that she then pulled out
She did.
the knife?
She did. Once we got back, once she followed me from the porta potty, she walked over there and pulled her knife out.
All right, so I have to be clear now, because I wasn't there. I need you to,
And I'm trying to make it the best as clear to you as I can.
let's work together. So. She comes out of the court. Follow you, right?
Back to where I was sitting at.
All the way back to where you were sitting.
Yes.
So did you sit down?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so before you sat down, she says to you, she and all her friends have guns, right?
Yes, sir. She was hollering, "We got guns, we got guns." Everybody over there.
And that's where you were sitting in that area. Said, you asked her if she would fight.
I told her to put her gun down and we could fight. If you got it.
Okay.
If you got
Put
it.
her gun down?
But we was going back and forth. There was a whole bunch of stuff said, Your Honor. That's why I kept asking her, did she want to fight? Because she kept.
Okay, so hold on a second. I'm sorry, Mr. Brown. You said that you told her to put her gun down and then that's when
It was
you
all
asked
being
her.
sarcastic, like if you really got a gun, then put it down in that spot. Since you keep approaching me, I was really being sarcastic when I said that to her.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Mr. Brown.
It was a lot of words said between me and her during the argument. So we both were saying things. But she kept hollering, "We got guns, we got guns."
All right. So let me ask you, did you see her with a gun?
I seen her with a knife.
How about with a gun?
I ain't see her with no gun, but I did see a knife.
Never saw a gun.
Never saw a gun, but I seen a knife.
Did she ever reach like she had?
She reached for the knife.
Did she ever reach like she had?
Yeah, she went back here like, "We got guns, we got guns."
Oh, so she reached like she had one.
And then came out with the knife.
She had one tough in the back there.
And came out with the knife, yes, sir.
But she reached back there, thought maybe she reached for her.
I didn't know what she was reaching for, sir.
But she was talking about having guns.
But I didn't know what she was reaching
She
for,
was
sir.
talking about having guns.
I didn't know what she was reaching for.
So you have to listen to the question that I asked and then answer that question. Don't just say what you want to say. You want to answer the question. So when she said, "We got guns," and then she reached back like this, thought she was reaching for guns.
I didn't know what she was reaching for, sir.
What did you think she?
I don't know.
You don't know what you thought.
I know what I thought, but
So tell me what you thought you was reaching.
the gun, like she said, that's what I thought.
Awesome. So she didn't pull out a gun. She pulled out a knife. So she pulled out from the back here, right?
Somewhere along here,
All right. Now, did you say earlier that she didn't pull out a knife?
she pulled the knife out of her pocket, somewhere over here. That's what I said.
But you said she reached back.
When she was hollering, "We got the gun," she did that, then she went here and pulled the knife out of her pocket. That's what I said.
Okay. So she reached back, said she had guns, but instead of reaching, put some out. She bit him into her pocket
And got the knife,
and got a knife. Okay,
and clicked it out.
so she reached in and she pulled the knife out.
Yes, she did.
Did she show you what she had?
Yes, she did. She pulled the knife out and noticed at me like she was about to stab me.
Now, was this a flicking action or did she open it?
No, she flipped it like flick. You know how you flick it open, and then came at me with it.
Yeah.
And the witnesses that can attest to that too, because they see the whole thing.
And so you described this as a black, right?
The blade was black.
A black blade.
Yeah, it was black. The blade was black, and the
Show me,
hand had
show me how
holes.
long it was again. Show me, show the court, of course.
The blade's about that long, not the handle, just the blade.
Just great.
Just the blade part that she whipped out. It was a kind of a big knife, sir.
All right.
Big pocket knife.
Big pocket. And you said she was close to you.
Real close.
Yeah, where you could reach out and touch.
But she could have reached out and stabbed me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So with this knife in her.
I'm good, go ahead.
Lunge.
Yes, she did.
Okay, so how did she, where was her knife?
In her hand, and she like this.
Oh, okay, so lunge and went like this.
Yep, and I stepped back.
Oh, you were able to.
Yes, I was. I was able to step back, and that's when the other girl, Cherie, came from around.
So lunge that she at the same time she stood her hand out in your direction, like.
Yes, she did.
Like she was gonna stab.
Yes, she did, sir.
And if you have, well, I want to thank you for your time.
How many times did you ask her did she want to fight?
Twice.
Okay.
After she approached me.
Okay. When the mace came out, did you point it in her direction?
No, I didn't.
What'd you do with the mace?
I just took it off my purse and just had it in my hand, and I had my hand down beside my side like this. So I didn't point it at her, none of that. And my witness could attest to that as well. I did not try to spray her, I did not run up on her with the mace. I just unhooked it and put it down by my side.
Did the police see your mace?
Yeah, I was just took on my thing right here.
Okay, did the police see it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you
They
give
didn't
it
say-
to them?
No, they didn't say anything about the mace.
Did you tell them you pulled mace?
Yeah. I told the officer I had to take a mace.
Well, no. Did you tell the officers that you pulled the mace or unhooked the mace in response to her?
I think I did. But I was explaining what happened to him, and I told him that when she walked up on me with the knife, that I had my mace.
Okay. Can I just, yeah, go ahead there, because I get more.
Okay, so you did speak to the police, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if I showed you the statement, where you spoke to the police, well, first, you're saying that you told the police that you had things, right?
You can see it was hanging on my purse right here.
Did you tell the police that you pulled it out?
Yeah.
Okay, you did?
I told him to defend myself.
So I'm gonna bring something. You do is read over it, and I want you to point out, part where you mentioned to the police that you had things. Can you do that one?
Yeah. I see it.
Well, thank you, I don't have.
I got a couple more. Did you 3 or 5 o'clock, whichever time you got down there, did you have anything to drink?
No, sir, I didn't start drinking until after I got to the park.
Okay. So between the time that you got to the park and the interaction that you had with the defendant, had you had anything to drink?
No, I didn't, no.
At all?
I don't think I started drinking right away, Your Honor. When I got.
Well, no. I'm not asking you what you think. What I'm saying is, do you know whether you had anything to
Yeah,
drink?
because once I got to the park, we had to wait for a girl to go to the store, and she took a long time, so I didn't have anything. She was bringing my beers back, so I didn't have anything to drink right then. But I was drinking at the park. Yes.
So you're telling me you were down at the park, you had nothing to drink at all?
That's not what I'm saying, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. So, well, let me rephrase that. That you were down at the park and prior to this entire altercation or whatever happened, you're telling me you had nothing to drink?
No, sir.
No, that's not what you're telling me, or no, you had nothing to drink?
No, I had nothing to drink.
Did you have anything to smoke?
I smoked some weed.
Okay, let's go there. How much weed did you have before you went down?
None. I didn't smoke the blunt till I got to the park.
Was that before or after the altercation?
It was during the altercation.
Oh, so you were smoking during the altercation?
Yes.
Okay. When did that happen?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what
You
happened.
tried to lay out, and I'm gonna tell you, you've told me about 2 or 3 different things that you've laid out in terms of what happened there. But at some point, then you had this blunt.
Yes, we
At
had.
what point were you smoking the blunt?
I'm trying to understand your question, but.
Well, here's my question. When you say she lunged at you with a knife, did you have the blunt in your hand?
We didn't really get to smoke it, but I be like, smoke because the stuff started jumping off. So no, I didn't have the blunt in my hand when she lunged at me.
So at what point? Did you have the blunt in your hand when you were headed to the restroom the first
No.
time?
No, sir.
When you were headed away from the restroom, did you have it in your hand?
No, sir.
At the time that you say she pulled the knife, did you have it in your hand?
No, sir.
At the time that you're fighting back and forth with her, did you have it in your hand?
Well, I had the blunt when she followed the white lady back over there by me and said she couldn't sit under the pavilion. That's when I had the blunt before we started arguing.
And so, okay. So that's when you had it.
Yes, sir.
And then never had it in your hand again.
No, because the stuff jumped up.
The what?
Everything started happening. The stuff with the pavilion and everything just started happening.
So why did you ask her, do you want to fight?
Because when she followed me the first time to the pavilion, she came at me aggressive about not letting that lady sit under that pavilion and calling me all type of bees. So I turned around, I said, do you want to fight me or something? I mean, what? Why you keep following me? That's why I asked her that. Because she came at me aggressive.
This knife that you say, based upon what you said, is about 6 to 7 inches. You also testified she's an arm's length away from you.
She was close.
Excuse me. But you said she was I watched you. You said she's an arm's length away.
Yes.
And you said she lunged at you.
Yes, she did.
And she didn't strike you with the knife.
Because I stepped back.
How long were you able to observe that knife in her hand?
She had it in her hand for a few minutes. It was long enough for everybody to see it. She still had it in her hand after she lunged at me with it.
Before she lunged at you, how long were you able to see that she had it in her hand?
Long enough for her to go in her pocket.
No, not long enough. Like, how long were you able to see that knife in her hand before she lunged at you?
A few minutes.
A few minutes.
A few minutes.
So she's got a knife in her hand.
And she pulled it out and lunged at me.
Hold it. She's got a knife in her hand, and you're an arm's length away from her for a few minutes?
Yes, but everything was happening so fast.
Not what I'm saying. What you testified to is that she pulled out the knife and that she lunged at you.
Yes, sir.
But now what you're telling me, please correct me if I'm wrong, so she pulls out the knife, it's a couple minutes, and then she lunges at you.
She pulled the knife out and lunged at me. Like,
okay, ma'am, hold on, Miss Morgan. I just asked you how long did you see that knife in her hand before she lunged at you? And you told me a couple minutes.
Well, I wasn't paying attention to the time you are. I see.
Okay, but Miss Morgan, it's either a couple minutes or it's immediate.
It could have been a couple seconds.
Okay, you don't know.
I don't know.
All right, any further questions?
I don't.
Okay, good. Go for it.
Miss Morgan, just Can you describe again when Miss McLean took the knife out for the first time? What did she do with it?
She pulled the knife out and clicked it back and lunged at it.
Clicked it back?
No, open, you know how you click the knife open, you know how you click it open. And she pulled it out, clicked it open and lunged at it.
Thank you. Council President.
Do the people have a motion?
Now, this is a very astute wise court.
I am.
Presided over probably thousands.
Easy, and that was just yesterday. Go ahead.
I will refer to the discretion of the court as to what should happen moving forward with this case.
Mr. Brown,
No,
briefly.
I don't think that the witness testified. The court, of course, has a duty to look at credibility. We've got several different versions of what happened. Some quite contradictions and contradictions. As we don't, it's going to be hard to do. That's
In this case, listen very closely to the testimony of Ms. Morgan and what was being told to me and why I was asking some of the follow-up questions is that the court believes, I mean, I heard different versions of what happened. I am also concerned, because the crux of the felony charges is about the defendant purporting to have a knife, and certainly Ms. Morgan's response was the mace. The mace is not at all discussed in the police report. And Ms. Morgan is a bit unclear as to what she says she did with the mace, but that's not really the important issue. Their issue is was there a knife? Police do not recover a knife where there's no evidence that the police recovered a knife. I'm going to just say at best, it is murky about supposedly having this knife and what then happened. There couldn't have been a couple of minutes. Well, first of all, it was an immediate lunge when she opened the knife. That was on just testimony before the court asked any questions. Then when asked how long she saw the knife, it was a couple of minutes. Then, quite frankly, when Ms. Morgan realized that doesn't work, she was then asked the question again, and then it was an immediate thing, and then it was clarified that it was some immediate thing. Frankly, from this court's perspective, I don't think there ever was a knife. And I don't think there was any response with mace. I think what happened is these folks got into a dispute. They started arguing back and forth, and may have indeed, I believe, Ms. Morgan, to the extent that there were threats or an argument going back and forth, probably between the two of them about whatever. So the court is going to decline to bind the defendant over finding no probable cause on count one. I will send the case down on the misdemeanor of assault and or assault and battery. She has already pled not guilty to that charge. I'll set that for pre-trial before Judge Barr.
October 9th at 10 a.m.
October 9th, 2024, 9 a.m. before Judge Barr.
Thank you.
No, the bond violations, I'm going to send that along with it to Judge Barr to address. Thank you. Huh? Okay, now, because we had this issue before. Yeah, I know. I set the rules. Ms. Morgan, you may get on the bus first. So you can leave and then you will take the second bus. Thank you. Court needs a brief break, so I'm going to stand in recess.
All right.
This case involves an altercation at a public park between Sunny and another woman, Miss Morgan. The prosecution's main felony charge was based on the allegation that Sunny pulled out a knife and lunged at Miss Morgan during the confrontation. During cross-examination, Miss Morgan gave detailed testimony about what happened at the park. She claimed that Sunny followed her toward a portable restroom and repeatedly said, "We got guns." Morgan testified that Sunny approached her aggressively and that she responded by asking Sunny if she wanted to fight. According to Morgan, Sunny later pulled out a black knife, flicked it open, and lunged at her from about an arm's length away. However, under questioning from both defense counsel and the judge, Morgan's timeline became inconsistent. At first, she testified that Sunny immediately pulled out the knife and lunged. But when the judge pressed her on how long she saw the knife before the alleged lunge, she first said, "a few minutes," then corrected herself to a few seconds, and eventually admitted she wasn't sure. The judge found these changing answers troubling. Morgan also testified that she had mace and unhooked it from her purse but did not point or spray it. However, the police report did not mention any mace at all, which raised further concerns for the court about the accuracy and completeness of the accounts. Another issue was substance use. Morgan admitted she had been smoking marijuana at the park and had been drinking alcohol, although she initially gave unclear answers about whether she had consumed anything before the altercation. This further complicated her credibility. Most importantly, police never recovered a knife. There was no physical evidence of a weapon, and no independent confirmation that Sunny had one. After listening closely to the testimony, the judge expressed serious doubts. The judge noted that the story about the knife shifted multiple times and did not logically fit together. The idea that someone would hold a knife for a couple of minutes at arm's length without further action seemed unlikely. The judge concluded that the evidence surrounding the alleged knife was murky at best. Ultimately, the court ruled that there was no probable cause to support the felony weapon charge. The judge declined to bind the defendant over on that count. However, the court did find enough evidence to proceed on a lesser misdemeanor charge of assault and battery, which had already been pled not guilty. That charge was sent down to district court for pretrial. The bond violation issue was also sent to the lower court for further handling. In short, the felony knife charge was dismissed due to inconsistent testimony and lack of physical evidence. The case will move forward only on a misdemeanor assault charge.